civilization I knew plummet into darkness, and thus set sail upon the forbidden seas 1,000 years before Columbus. I have dined with kings on every continent. I have witnessed more violence and more beauty than any human alive.
What is the greatest thing you have ever seen?
That would be the Puyallup Fair.
Oh, really?
Do the Puyallup. September 10th to the 26th. It's mind-boggling.
Every month, the percentage of your revenues go toward regional dealer group advertising. There's never been a more important time to be certain that that money is being used effectively and efficiently to defend and increase market share, to reestablish confidence in the brand, and to do so measurably and with accountability. If an integrated, well-targeted use of radio is not a part of that media mix, you're simply not getting the results that you should expect from your marketing dollars. As you know, the process of shopping for a car has changed drastically in the last few years. Visits to dealerships have plummeted from 84 million nationally just a few years ago to only 24 million. Buyers used to average 7 dealership visits before buying, whereas now it's down to just 2 visits. Where have they gone? Well, the internet, of course. And naturally, so have you. A well-constructed website can handle the pre-sale, funneling more qualified prospects through your doors. A well-placed web campaign can reach potential customers right where they're doing their research. The web is also a great place to run promotions and special offers. So, how do you drive customers? Generally, through links and banners on other sites, and of course, through other media, television, print, outdoor. But what does all this web stuff have to do with radio? In a word, everything. First of all, people are listening to radio. In today's cluttered media marketplace, radio still reaches 93% of the population on a daily basis. Radio reaches 92 million more people each week than Google reaches in an entire month. But they're not just listening to radio, they're hearing it. Here's what a television research company, Nielsen, recently had to tell us about radio. Nearly 4 out of 5 Americans listen to broadcast radio daily for an average of 2 hours per day. 44% of that listening takes place in a car. By the way, that is a way higher percentage than satellite radio, CDs, or iPods. It's not even close. And it's not just listened to in the car. Radio is everywhere. In fact, 90% of radio listening occurs while people conduct everyday, normal activities. Unlike any other media, the ads just kind of soak right in. And here's something else I'll bet you didn't know. During workdays, the reach of radio is almost equal to that of television. Not only that, more radio listeners have jobs and are, on average, better educated and have higher income. Anyway, back to that internet thing we're just talking about. Check this out. Research by Harris Interactive, comparing radio and internet advertising, revealed that unaided brand recall jumps from 6% to 27% when radio is added to the mix. That's 4.5 times better recall simply by adding radio to your online campaigns. That recall extends to your URL, with 62% reporting that radio helped them remember a web address to look up later. By the way, this survey was conducted before the explosion in the use of smartphones and iPads, which allow customers to bring the internet with them wherever they go. Fact is, the synergy of radio and internet is one of the biggest advertising stories to emerge over the last several years. That same Harris study tells us that when you combine radio and internet advertising together, you achieve an overall reach similar to television, about 83% in the 18 to 54 age group at the time of the study. Since then, television viewership is plummeting among younger people, with DVRs allowing more ads to be skipped more often. Meanwhile, time spent online is increasing, with radio listenership actually on the rise. The radio industry was early to recognize this synergy, and boy have they capitalized on it. Stations now all have heavily trafficked sites where loyal listeners can interact with air staff, listen to a streaming feed while at work or otherwise away from a radio, participate in contests and promotions, and more. When you advertise on radio, you can get a huge, loyal internet audience as part of the bargain, with both media feeding off the other. Bottom line, if your objectives are well suited to internet advertising, and they clearly are, if you want to leverage the reach of your online campaigns, if you need to drive qualified leads, there's no way around it. You simply have to be on the radio.